Hello YouTube, it's Evil Jester here and welcome to another video. So the other day I was at a Kmart and I was at the area of Kmart where all the DVDs and stuff are, and I was at that little area where they have that big bin full of like random DVDs for like $5. So I happened to look in that bin and I saw something that I got really excited about. A movie I have not personally seen in a few years now. One that I was lacking for my DVD collection. When I saw that movie I said, you know what, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to review it. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Now, personally, I really love scary clown movies. I've seen a few clown movies that wasn't so good, but I've seen some clown movies that are not that bad. This is one of the clown movies that I really don't feel is really bad. Killer Klowns from Outer Space was a movie that was released in 1988. It was released and made by the Kyoto brothers. It's out in a place called On Top of the World, which is basically the town's makeout spot. It shows couple Mike Tobacco and Debbie Stone, who's played by Grant Kramer and Susan Snyder. It also introduces the Taranzi brothers, who turns out to be one of Mike's old friends, which is more important later on in the movie. So Debbie and Mike find themselves laying on the raft, I guess, hanging out and cuddling and doing their thing, and all of a sudden a shooting star goes straight past their heads. It also shoots straight over the house of an old man who lives in the woods. So the old man gets his dog, gets a shovel, and goes to look for it, thinking he's going to go find Halley's Comet. Looking for Halley's Comet, he soon discovers a circus tent sitting in the woods randomly. After seeing the circus tent, he decides to go look for a ticket booth. Okay, now I don't know about you guys, but if I was going to look for a shooting star and go into the woods and looking for it and I see a circus tent just sitting in the woods, I would not be worried about getting tickets. Getting tickets would be the least of my worries. I personally would be more worried about getting drugged and raped. But that's just me. Going to look for that ticket booth, his dog ends up getting kidnapped. And this old man is outraged. He just wants to tear this whole circus tent down. Failing to do so, he gets electrocuted by some electrical support beams or whatever. That's when we see our first killer clown in the movie, and look at him. He looks creepy. So the killer clown pulls out his ray gun and shoots the old man, and that's basically how the killer clowns kill people in the movie. So as this whole killer clown killing this old man was happening, Debbie was actually trying to talk Mike into going to look for the shooting star, which eventually she talks him into it. After searching for the shooting star, they find themselves in the same situation the old man was in, but they actually go inside of the circus tent. So going to the circus tent, making a couple bad clown jokes, they find themselves into a room that is particularly weird. I'm sure normal circus tents don't have in the circus tents. After leaving that room, they stumble into a cotton candy room. And of course, Dave is just sitting there thinking that's normal and thinking that's where they hang cotton candy before they ship it out. Direct quote from him. And I don't know if he's actually seen people make cotton candy, but I'm pretty sure that's not the way they do it. Soon discovering it's not actually cotton candy, and the clown walks into the room and they decide to hide behind one of the cotton candy cocoons. So that's what that ray gun did to that old man earlier. Basically, the clown shoot with the ray gun, and it basically puts you in this cotton candy cocoon where I guess it eats your skin or something like that. After dropping something and the clown hearing them, they decide to run out in a very 80s style chase scene. So a clown falls behind them and shoots them with, no, not a cotton candy gun, but a popcorn gun. You'll find out what the popcorn gun does later in the movie. So Debbie and Mike eventually get back to their car, the clown drop behind them, and then Mike runs them right over and then heads straight back to Crescent Cove. So Debbie tells Mike that they need to go back to the police station because she knows someone there that will believe them. So when they finally get to the police station, you get to meet the two characters, Officer Dave, who is played by John Nelson, and Officer Mooney, who is played by John Vernon. When trying to explain to Officer Dave about the killer clowns, John Vernon comes in and says the best line of the movie.
Killer clowns from outer space. Holy shit.
And while Debbie and Mike are trying to convince the police about the clowns, they've already made their way into the city. So eventually, after a good amount of stuff happens, Dave and Mike find themselves trying to save the world, or just the town, that is. And I would say Debbie too, but she actually does eventually get kidnapped, and that's actually basically how the ending happens. And it's a pretty good ending, by the way. The ending in this movie really makes you wonder. And while the violence and the gore and stuff like that is not overly over the top in this film, there's still a lot of very fun and awesome death scenes. Like this death scene when the shorty killer clown gets into a little fight with a big bad biker and decides to, well, knock his head clean off his body. Or that one scene where that clown drove up in the invisible car except for the headlights and made the guy drive off right off the bridge. And there is a few more that are pretty funny and creative, but for the majority of the movie, the clowns are basically using their cotton candy ray gun. So, in the end, I think Killer Klowns from Outer Space is a really funny horror comedy movie I think you guys will all enjoy. It's a good movie just to get a big group of friends and watch every once in a while. I'm going to give Killer Klowns from Outer Space a 92%. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless.